weird for me because it's kind of hard to find stuff like this, but emergency essentials. Take it away, Mr. Larry.
All right.
And I have video.
So coming
3 clips.
Cool. So coming off of our conversation last week, Maui 2 weeks later, and then directly after that, I started watching one of my favorite podcasts. And some of the podcasts that I listen to, they always try to get us to be prepared for things that may happen in the future. And one thing that I didn't think about was cash.
Yeah.
Emergency essentials. Is cash an emergency essential? Well, if the ATMs go down, if the banks go down, if the stock market crashes, if we have any type of cyber attack, your debit cards and check writing and all of those great things probably will not exist. So cash as an emergency essential is definitely on the list. Do you agree?
No. Because think about it this way. If there's a cyber attack or an EMP or bomb or a zombie attack or a fire, earthquake, monsoon, hail, no one's going to stop to give you change for a 20. No one. In the world of life, you barter for one thing. Hey, I need a ride for this. Okay, I'll give you this radio because you need this radio, and I need a ride to this. That's the way it's life. Because again, here in Puerto Rico, no one exchanged money during a hurricane. It was like, I'm going to help you. So you come to my house tonight and you help me. And then it was just a barter system that spread apart. That's why, like, I'll keep going with the list.
So let's say that the computer systems are down. Let's just keep it real. Computer systems are down. And you go to the grocery store and they're only accepting cash because they can count back and they can give you change that way, but you can't swipe your debit card.
You're fucked.
Could be one issue.
You're fucked. So I mean, but like the crazy man who has the money in the mattress ain't crazy no more, huh?
Well, he's crazy if there's a fire.
Touche. Okay.
All right, so we have water.
Yeah.
The recommendation is 1 gallon per person per day for several days.
Yes.
And that's for drinking, and that's for bathing. That's for everything.
1 gallon for bathing, drinking?
I mean,
crazy. Hell no.
You have to preserve. I mean,
no, you better. You know those giant blue drums that are like this high up? Yeah, you better give me like 2 of those. There's no way. Like, I've tried to take a shower with a gallon. You can't. Like, I've done 3.
No.
3 gallon, like 1 to wet myself, and then soap. 1 to take the soap off, and then 1 to make sure I the spots that I'm missing. Maybe a 4th one if I want to smell nice.
Yeah.
But no. And drinking, the recommended drinking per day is 8 cups. You don't get 8 cups out of a gallon. You don't. You get it off 2. So that's why I'm like, person's trying to kill you. Whoever put that list is a monster. All
right. Food. At least several days supply of non-perishable food.
Okay.
Everybody agrees with that.
Yeah, of course. Little mini Wieners, cans of tuna, jellies.
All of those things I would not be able to eat because I usually drain things and wash things. Like when I was eating meat, those little Vienna sausages, I would never eat them right out of the can. I don't know how people could just eat them out of the can without washing them off. Absolutely not.
That's me. Yeah, I put it in my hand because I was that person. Like again, during a hurricane, your best friend.
I mean, I know. Yeah, I know. I mean,
yeah, cold can of Chef Boyardee, crackers, and Vienna sausages. And I understand the ickiness of this. I never in my life will ever touch a Vienna sausage again. I've actually had choices. I'm like, you want that? I'm like, nah, bro. I'll never have freaking Ritz crackers, Vienna sausages, and cans of Chef Boyardee cold. Never again. Never again. I would rather die if we were in a sauce situation. Fuck that. Eat the salt, live or die. All right. That's it. I'm done. Bye.
Of course. I'm not listening to that. Right. Battery powered or hand crank radio.
Or solar powered, which is a good idea.
Which
over here
honestly,
they have. Go on, sir.
do you have one? Because I don't have one.
I had a hand crank radio. It was like you had to hand crank that thing like for about like a half an hour, and you had about 4 or 5 hours. Over here, the main thing they use here is solar power fans, solar power radio, like I showed you from the Expo, a battery charger that you can charge that and then use it. I love that thing. I have, for example, a LED light like this big. It lights up like the light that you see here, so it's really bright. I have a fan, little mini solar powered fan that is chargeable, that has a light in the front as well, that goes from like small light to like big trucker light, and it's only like this big, like the size of my head. So after Hurricane Maria, I'm like, no, I ain't doing this shit no more. So it is smart to do, because again, at the same time, people be like, oh yeah, if I buy a whole bunch of cheap batteries, they'll last me. It doesn't. It doesn't. It'll last you shorter time if you just buy genuine batteries. But during a time of crisis, batteries, toilet paper, Pampers, and Tang are very essential. They go fast. Water as well. Water goes fast, but electronics, yes, I understand.
Did you say Tang like the powder mix?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Like people bought boxes of that shit. Because again, you take a bottle of water, shake it up, drink it. Hot, but at least you have something sweet that's not water.
I got you. Yes. Well, you have batteries. We have batteries on the list.
Yeah,
flashlights. Everybody has to have flashlights.
Of course.
First,
at least the ones that are up here, the one that you can put on your head and the one you put in your hand. I have one over here too that a friend of mine bought me that you can strap on your head like this, and you can turn it up and down. So it's like this or like straight down. You need that in times of like, again, if you're trying to fix something, you have to put either the flashlight down or something.
First aid kit. Do you agree?
Yeah, of course. Without question. And it has to be updated. Don't let those damn things like die. Those Band-Aids. No, Band-Aids don't really expire, but Tylenol does. Yes.
A whistle to signal for help.
Yes, but there's actually good whistles that glow in the dark as well. You should have that. And 2 types of whistles. The one you put right here and the one you put on your keychain. Because no matter what, in times of crisis, you're going to have your keys. So have one on your keys. At least. I got one too. It's like a little small one. Looks like a little dog whistle, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all.
This next one bothers me.
What?
A face mask to help if the air has been contaminated. The problem with the face masks are that we don't know which one. Let me rephrase that. Majority of the people don't know which one is the right one.
Exactly.
Because there's been so many out there, and this is good, that's not good. Don't wear it this way. Turn it this way. It's inside out. The ones that the doctors use don't really do anything. Then why the hell do they have them on? And all of this other crazy stuff. So
I would just say get a gas mask. If you're that paranoid, get a gas mask. If not, get like in the supermarkets, they gave us paint masks. I like them, look cool, but they're not really meant for anything but just boredom. So I get that. All right.
See what I'm saying? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Plastic sheeting and duct tape.
Yes, the duct tape. No, the plastic. I guess.
I mean, to cover and create a quick shelter if a window's broken or.
Okay. Oh, tarp. You call it plastic sheeting. I call it tarps. Like tarps and the other stuff. Yes, no question.
So we got moist towelettes, garbage bags, and plastic ties for personal sanitation. Yeah. Baby wipes, garbage bags. That's what that is. That's
I know. And biodegradable wipes, ladies and gentlemen, they are out there and they actually are cheap. Don't be lazy. Okay.
Wrench and pliers to turn off utilities in case something's broken. You talked about Chef Boyardee, but we didn't talk about the manual can opener.
Knife or rock.
What?
You have done a rock, dude. Sometimes you ain't got no knife. Sometimes you just gotta get a rock and like sharpen it up. I've done that one time where I was in the woods and I wanted a Chef Boyardee, and it was the time before they had the pop over ones. So I had to get a rock and then like shape the rock if I was like a native, and then use that rock to cut open the thing, and then from there. Long story short, I got half the Chef Boyardee.
And so if I had to do it that way, I would just be starving because there's no way I'm doing all that.
I don't starve, man. I was like, I eat that or eat some rats.
This one here, I would be completely out. Local maps. When it comes to reading maps, absolutely not.
Yeah, I get that, because if you're on a road sense and it's pretty straightforward, you can understand it. Here, for example, nah. Like, again, if you're on a road map type of sense, then yes, you can kind of figure it out. I say kinda, because even I live here and it's kind of hard to figure this shit out. But then, for example, let's say you live in New Jersey and you got to go to Yonkers, right? Because of the emergency. And you probably never, like, and I'm saying hypothetically, you probably never been to Yonkers. And
I have.
You have been. So let's say hypothetically you've never been to Yonkers, and then you get a map of Yonkers. You understand Jersey, you know the ins and outs of where you live. You don't understand shit from Yonkers. So that is a stressful fucking thing in itself. And most people that you go to the next town are either nice or they understand the directions in their own universe. And they send you on a journey that, yeah, take 3 lefts and then the tree, and then you see a cow on the right, and then you kind of see a cow on the right, but then you don't think so. And then you're 6 miles off the fucking beaten path, and you're like, it happens.
If I have to depend on a map, game over for me. So I'm just letting you know.
You can't even depend on GPS half the time because they take you on the longest longest path. As I told you the story that I almost died in a minivan up a hill, up a road that should have been closed, but it was not. You know? God.
No good.
Honda Siennas, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy beast of machinery.
Cell phone chargers, which we talked about.
Yes.
Battery backup. You said you got one at your convention.
Yes.
Run through this list real quick. Soap, hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes, disinfectant spray. Keep all your prescription medications in one spot. Non-prescription medication, aspirin, Tylenol, all of that great stuff. You want to have your infant formula, bottles, diapers, you know, all of the essential stuff. One thing that we didn't talk about is pet food and water for the pets. I worked for a company during the time when there was Hurricane Maria. We did all kinds of stuff where we sent people to Puerto Rico to help save the pets. So that too.
I mean, that was a beautiful dream that you did, Laren. I say dream because there's so many pets here now. So many freaking pets. Either way. All right.
Okay. Your important documents.
Yes, my visuals. Now I have three types of videos. One's kind of like what you talked about in a more visual sense. One's more. Let's just set the tone. Let's start off with Exhibit A of how to be prepared.
These essentials will help you prepare for any power outage that hits you. Remember to have some bottled water readily available, flashlights, fresh batteries, a fully charged rechargeable battery pack or power bank, non-perishable food. Make sure if you've got those picky eaters at home, I have 3 kids myself, make sure to have a variety of different snacks, a manual can opener, ice packs, coolers, and ice chests, and other personal items, so be sure to have some games that you can play with your family. And lastly, it's important to discuss with all members of your household what to do in the event of a power outage. Make sure everyone is on the same page and you at least discuss this once a year.
I don't know why I thought that was a little funny when they said if you have picky eaters at home.
Yeah. I got
Here's
two
my
kids myself. Like, I feel bad for the mom because you just shat on your kids. I'm like, forever. For a commercial.
No, there is no picky eater. There's an emergency. You're gonna eat whatever you're gonna get, and that's it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I want macaroons. Shut the fuck up. We're burning.
But pencils, paper, all of that stuff, cards, so like they said, so you can play games and stuff. But in reality, where do you keep these things in your house? And are we really going to have the time to grab these things during a natural disaster?
Here's the thing, though. How the are you going to play cards and chess with a flashlight?
I mean, I guess during the daytime when it's daytime hours.
Yeah, but what if it's nighttime? Like, you don't need a flashlight if it's daytime. You don't. You just like, all right, it's daytime. We're going outside. But if it's nighttime, I literally said they should have got the little thing I got, the circular LED light where you can hang it up and then it becomes a portable light. Not once did I see a portable light or something bigger than a bread basket to bring with you. So everything it lights up. That's
Well, if you're anywhere around me, you ain't playing no card games with this emergency light because we're gonna need to preserve this light.
Yeah, like you're like doing this, like, yo, pass the light, and then you gotta pass the light to give it to the next person, and to the next person. Like, it's not even a blunt; it's a light. Like, that's not even fun. Not even fun.
With you.
All right. All right. Exhibit 2, Exhibit B. This one's a little short, so let's see what this person says.
Are you prepared for an emergency? Here are 5 must-haves to put in your emergency survival kit. Number 1, a radio with my local emergency frequencies for when the mobile phone dies. 2, a waterproof torch or candles. 3, water, 10 litres per person is ideal. 4, enough food to last for 3 days. And 5, batteries including for your mobile phone. Stay tuned for part 2, and for more emergency tips, check out the ABC Emergency website.
Your thoughts on that? First off, that bitch was angry. She's like, back. She kissed her phone. Like, I'm not throwing you away. I'm not throwing you, baby. I love you. I'm like, damn. Your thoughts?
I was about to say, did she really have to throw that stuff?
She didn't have to.
But did I see ramen noodle in there?
I saw. I think I saw ramen noodles. Yes.
How are you cooking them during an emergency?
You eat that raw, or you boil water and you put it in a giant pot.
How is any of that happening during an emergency?
I don't know. Like, there were cans. I think that was either crackers. I think it was crackers. Like a bag of crackers, and I think that was tuna. Shout out to my girlfriend Cardala. Hello. I'm about to talk about the stories of Coquito in a second. First off, yeah, the radio was fine. We hand cranked radio is better. She had a whole bunch of batteries, so I understand that too. Flashlights, waterproof torch, no manual can opener like you talked about, which is good to have a manual can opener, which is good to know. So now, last article up. This one's gonna be a doozy because you'll see for yourself. It's a little long, but you'll see what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Hi, good morning. My name is Neil Ellis. I'm the Richland County Emergency Manager. We're here today to discuss the types of equipment that you need to keep in your home emergency preparedness kit. The Federal Emergency Management Agency suggests that you should be able to survive for 72 hours without assistance. So you need to plan accordingly when you're filling up your emergency preparedness kit. All right, we're going to start off by showing you what you need to put to store the equipment in, which would be a plastic container with a waterproof top. One of the most important things that you can have is a battery-powered radio. I have here a NOAA weather radio through the National Weather Service. We can put out from the county government, state government, or federal government things that you need to be prepared to do to recover from the disaster. Additionally, a first aid kit, because there's going to be a lot of glass and debris that you might need a first aid kit. Another main thing, flashlight with batteries and with extra batteries. Also, a good thing to have would be these glow sticks. They provide continuous light and a little further light. A pair of gloves. This is an emergency blanket. Of course, you have one for each member.